this is our first YouTube video. Or video, wherever this goes.
Yeah.
Right? And we're going to talk about our opinions about Jurassic World. And these are all opinions between us. We're not professionals at all. We've made minor films before.
Should we link? We shouldn't link out to those.
We shouldn't. No, they're bad. They're
so we shouldn't have brought it up.
One's good. We made one good one.
The black and white?
Oh yeah, you're right. That's good.
What were you talking about?
I was talking about the one you made. It was Matrix. There's a Matrix one out there.
Yeah, I feel like it's better than the last one. But I wouldn't say it's...
It's good.
Okay.
Well,
fair enough.
For a home video.
So let's talk about Fallen Kingdom. Jurassic World. Give us your thoughts, boy.
Me?
Fallen Kingdom. That's what it's called, right?
Fallen Kingdom, which is an interesting title.
For those of you who don't know, Jurassic Park is a film series about a park full of dinosaurs that we resurrect, and they're brought back to life, and they want to make a theme park out of it, and then everything goes wrong, and the dinosaurs kill people. For 6 films.
6?
Spoilers.
Yeah, awesome.
So that's 6, right?
Yeah. Well, 4.
No. We're on 5. We're on 5. For 5 films, that's 5. What you get. And if you like that, then it's amazing.
I'm the man to talk to. I love Jurassic Park. I saw it when I was a little kid in the 90s. I loved it. I love dinosaurs. I collected dinosaurs. I still got a dinosaur from my youth. It's a little brown one. A little torn up. And now it's torn up.
That's cute.
It's really sad. But it's cute. Well, anyway, I love dinosaurs a lot. I saw Jurassic Park, and the first one was a classic. It's the first.
Right.
You know, it's beautiful. It's amazing.
It's a good film.
A lot of people don't like Lost World, but I love it. And I would say
I feel like a lot of people do like Lost World. They just don't like the first half of it. They like the last. Yeah, because it was different.
Yeah, this is his opinion. And I think a lot of people agree with him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it throughout. Like the scene
too.
with the trailer, Jane goes over the cliff.
It is fun.
She falls on the glass and it's breaking. That wasn't done any other time before that.
Her finger touches it.
It was like some weird indie film from Italy or something.
It's true. Her finger like touches it, and then it like.
Yeah.
I remember that, and then
cool.
See,
that was cool.
It just leaves memories. Like it's very.
And then the bag, that stupid bag, like.
Oh my god! Yeah.
You just wanna.
Those have iconic scenes. Like the first one when his fingers are like on the edge of the concrete, and he's like shoota.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like but I'm saying like both the first and second have scenes that are like you just visually you remember those.
Yeah. And then I like the scene.
The third one was also good. Raptor, and he goes.
Third one.
Alan. hey, Alan.
Boy.
Hey, boy.
Everybody likes the first 3.
It's true.
Everybody likes them.
I do.
The Jurassic Park fans like them. The newest one, I really loved it a lot. I mean, the Jurassic World 4. Episode 4.
Yeah, Jurassic World
was good. I liked it.
I enjoyed that too. It was a good reboot. And it was one of those where it doesn't... Because, everyone complained that Star Wars Episode 7, right?
Yeah.
Was a reboot of Episode 4, which it totally was.
Well, yeah.
Same plot structure. But you think about it, all these films follow the same plot structure, which is...
Well, it's hard not to.
I was about to say, dinosaurs are contained, they escape. That's all you need. So it delivered.
What else?
It gave you what you wanted.
Yeah, if you did anything else right away, everybody would get weirded out.
Yeah, and I feel like it's hard to really mess up that. Like, that's just such a classic.
Yeah.
Like, I knew going into Episode 4, I was like, we're not going to get disappointed. How could you ruin dinosaurs killing everyone?
And
they didn't. It was fun.
You weren't going in to watch, Pan's Labyrinth or something. Something really thought-provoking.
It wasn't a David Aronofsky film.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Or Darren. Is it Darren or David? I don't know directors.
So what do you think of Jurassic World's sequel compared to the second one? You know what I mean? Because this is the second one in the series.
In the reboot.
In my idea,
quote-unquote reboot.
In my... Because everybody knows who watches this. Because you've seen the trailer. Jeff Goldblum's in it.
But he's not even...
That confirms, basically, that this is in the... At least, this is in the universe of Jurassic Park.
So it's canonical.
Well, in the first one they did, too.
It's canonical. It is not a...
But I feel like...
how would you classify it?
It's in the same universe. But the thing is, the reason why I put a distinction is because it was Jurassic Park 1, then 2, and then 3, and then we just get Jurassic World. So New name, new brand.
That's true. That's
new
true.
Characters.
And this one is Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom.
Yeah, and it doesn't go for the. I like that.
That's true.
Its own title.
Yeah.
But what do you think of Fallen Kingdom?
I personally liked it. I thought it was fun, and I'm not here to tear this movie down because I thought it was a good boy. Yeah. It's a good little boy, patting him on his head. This is the film. He's a good boy. I like him.
Can you do that?
Absolutely. It's a good film. There was an element that I'm like, if you fixed it, then the film would just be good. It wouldn't be. It wasn't.
We have to talk about that later, though.
Yeah. So should we get to the spoiler talk now then?
Well, that's on my opinion.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Your opinion's all about you. But I thought it was okay. Here's my review. 4 was great.
You started on 4
because it gave homage to what was before, really well.
Right.
You know, it cemented that everyone knows Jurassic Park is a milestone in cinema. It's great.
All right.
It's one of the best.
Yeah.
Now.
I agree too, because like it has the element of like the genetically engineered dinosaur that escapes.
Yeah.
Like they show that whole thing in the trailer, which is fine. I also have a pet peeve when trailers show it, the entire film, like a mini version of the film in the trailer. I would have liked to have just been surprised by that. But that doesn't mean it was bad. Like it was amazing in film.
Yeah.
I say amazing all the time. It was great watching how he escaped, and then they're tracking him, and then it's just that's the quintessential the monster that you create breaks out kind of story. Yeah, and it was done so well. Like the first one is that, but it's the whole park is the monster that you create, right?
Yeah.
But in this one, it's like no. This time it's an actual. This time we created an actual monster, and it escaped.
Yeah.
It's done well. I enjoyed it, and then of course the fight scene at the end of that one. So good.
Is this the trumpet player when the T-Rex bursts through the Spinosaurus skeleton? Yeah. That's a nod to the third one. He just breaks through the Spinosaurus, and he's like,
oh yeah.
And the trumpet's like, banana.
And then it goes da da dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
Da da dun 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 dun.
No.
Da da dun. And then the T-Rex looks at the camera and it just says back.
His eyes is red.
It just glows. You see the little raptor claw crack a human skull, and then it zooms up, and the raptor head is robot. And
it's robot.
Great scene in cinema.
Fallen Kingdom is okay. It's good. It's fun with your friends. It's fun with all your friends, going with all your friends to see a dinosaur movie, and just buy some snacks. You know, something, bring them in.
I mean, we were too poor to buy snacks at the moment.
Put them in your bag.
But sneak them in.
You know what you do. And just go see it, because it's okay. It's good.
Spoiler!
It's good. Now we're getting into spoilers about it. The story. Well, we can talk about the story. Now let's just get into
spoilers. From this point on, we're just going to talk about the story and the spoilers, and we're not going to stop. So if you don't want to hear that, skip to this part of the time code.
Well, I don't know why you'd skip there.
So spoilers. Tell us.
Give
us a rundown of how the film starts.
The film is an interesting film. Several months after, like about 6 or so months after the first Jurassic World film.
Yeah.
And what you saw from the trailer. Basically, if you've seen the trailer, you've seen the movie. The idea is that there's a volcano, and it's even in sequence chronologically of what's going to happen. There's a volcano. It's going to erupt, and there's an island of dinosaurs, and basically
on Isla Nublar.
Isla Nublar.
That was Isla Sorna. This was Isla Nublar. The people with common sense think they should die, and then those that are animal-loving hippies that have never seen a dinosaur rip somebody in half think, "Hey, we should save these guys."
Basically, there's 2 people in this movie. There's the initiated and the uninitiated.
Yeah.
There's those who have seen what they can do and know that they're genetic creatures, and then there's other ones that like they're animals.
Yeah. So then they all go to the island. Bryce Dallas Howard Gwen Stacy and Star-Lord. She gets Star-Lord because they want to track down Blue.
Yeah.
Because Blue is the last of the raptor kind. They want to find Blue, bring him back, put them all on a new island that just popped out of nowhere. And they're just like, hey, there's a whole new uninhabited island that's just like Isla Nublar.
It looks just like it.
It looks just like
it.
We created
that was a red flag, I think.
So
you're like, hey, that's the island but inverted.
Wow, that's actually a good point. If I was Bryce Dallas Howard, I'd be like, that's super convenient, Mr. Man.
You just kind of looks like it's the other direction.
Yeah. Speaking of Mr. Man, one of the main guys is he got the fortune of what's his name, Hammond, Dr. Hammond. So he's running the whole dinosaur operation. He's the one who's like, let's save these animals because I have a heart for the animals. So Gwen Stacy and Star-Lord, they go to the island and they're like, they capture Blue. Turns out it's all a ruse. Yeah. They try to leave them on the island, so there's this whole sequence where Gwen Stacy and Star-Lord and these two interns are escaping the island. While it explodes right at the point where they get the dinosaurs off. If they were like a few hours late, they would have had nothing to capture. So it's,
it was really
it was hair, and I enjoyed it. That whole sequence is fun.
That was fun.
That just them being on the island was nice.
Yeah,
it felt
seeing it erupt.
This one had elements, right, of the other films. Like, that reminded me of Episode 2.
Yeah, where they try to get the dinosaurs out. Just call it Episode 2. I like it.
Which I really... That whole sequence, though, there's parts of that I really like.
Yeah.
There's a sequence in Episode 2 where they're driving the Jeep, and they're trying to capture the running dinosaurs, remember?
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
cool.
And then that one dinosaur, the headbutts thing just...
Oh, my God. It's just fun. Like, that's great.
But, yeah, and then...
Oh, yeah, so they capture them.
Yeah.
They're taking them back because it turns out that the main guy who was Dr. Hammond's heir to the fortune is a bad guy.
Well, there was a guy working with Dr. Hammond, though. Remember? The white hair?
Yeah, Dr. Hammond had a second guy.
And that's his rich money. That's his money. And then he has a guy working under him. That's the main guy.
Yeah.
And then, so there's this old white guy, and then there's this rich... young kid and running the
right
show
under that.
Underneath him.
Right under that, there's a little dinosaur. I'm just kidding. Anyway, but yeah, so they bring the dinosaurs back because he's going to auction them off, which was a cool idea.
Yeah, they okay. This is the thing.
Yeah,
he doesn't like make a facility or something on another island.
He takes them back to his big old
mainland,
mansion.
and I think it's California. Right?
Is it? I have no idea.
It never says. I remember there's a scene where it cuts to something and it says California.
Oh, okay.
And there's another scene where it cuts to something and it never says what was there.
Right.
That was weird.
It's undisclosed as to where they...
Yeah.
Or maybe it is and we just weren't paying attention. So the movie is split up into on the island and then the other half is on the mansion, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, basically. And I looked his name up. I think it's like Rafespall or... Rafespall something.
That's a cool name.
That's the main guy in this, the rich dude, the one with the suit. He's also in a good movie called The Ritual.
Oh, that's him.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love that movie. So good. Go watch The Ritual. Scary film.
He's also in the BFG.
So yeah, once you find out that they're taking the dinosaurs to the mansion to auction them off to the richest humans on Earth, it gets interesting.
And I like what my friend here said about he said half those dinosaurs getting sold aren't going to be genetically engineered. They're just going to be, you
know that half those buyers buying expensive dinosaurs are buying them just to eat it. They want that fine meat.
That's great.
Hammond's daughter had a daughter before she died.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
No, that's the old man's daughter.
Oh, that was his friend? No.
His friend's daughter. Yeah, his friend's... Was it?
No, because he said your mom was in an accident. I don't know then. Whatever. The point is, there's a little girl. She's in there. She finds out
she's a granddaughter to this white guy.
She's sneaking around the mansion doing what, as children do, obviously.
That's the cool thing, is that if you notice, they don't bring it up, which is on their bad. But there is, in this mansion, there's a lot of trap doors.
Yeah.
And elevator things, shafts made just for her. Basically, like she runs around the whole thing.
It's true.
And it's really cool, because earlier on in the film, she says something like, I've been from the Cretaceous period to this, whatever. And I was like, oh, yeah, she just runs around. But apparently she has, like...
Trapdoors and stuff.
Trapdoors, and it's fun.
Yeah, so
it also alludes to the fact that she walks on the window ledges of this huge mansion.
Constantly. She's always in the throes of danger.
Anyway, she's cool.
Yeah, I liked her. So she runs across the dinosaur. Yes. The new hybrid that they are experimenting on in the basement, which I enjoy. I enjoy that kind of fun cliche, like Grandpa, there's monsters in the basement, and it's like, but there actually is a giant facility where they're creating monsters. That was fun.
Yeah. Well, and he doesn't believe her.
So up until this point, the film is pretty good, right? Like, I'm enjoying every bit of it. There's that cool scene where she like moves close to the cage and you see the
little
real creepy raptor hand
like
come out.
Bony finger.
I really like the raptor's hands. Like
Yeah,
they were
like
human.
Krampus.
Yeah.
They're like the Krampus hands.
They were not raptor
in the
hands because
cover.
it was a genetic experiment. So he had just like opposable human
and
hands.
This is the thing.
Massive claws, and he's like reaching out for this
and
girl.
this is the thing. And a lot of scientists now say like.
I'm sorry, go on.
A lot of scientists now say that Jurassic. By the way, the little girl's name is Isabella Sermon. A lot of scientists say that dinosaurs have feathers. They look nothing like they do in Jurassic World. They're more related to birds than reptiles. But in Jurassic World, the doctor.
He said that in the fourth film.
Yeah, he says it. He says you didn't want that. You didn't want realism. You wanted monsters. You wanted what your imagination thought dinosaurs were like. So in this one,
they continue on with the idea of creating monsters.
They're just making it. And this one, which by the way, the Indoraptor.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Earlier on. In the film.
In the earlier ons, there was a scene where they capture the bone from the Indominus Rex from the bottom of the ocean. Oh yeah.
Or they use the bone from the Indominus Rex to create the Indoraptor, the DNA. And
they?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Oh okay.
So they use the bone to create this raptor, and the raptor is the first time ever that they did weaponize. And I don't know how, but in his genetic makeup, he has this ability that if you put a laser on something, he will target it with his eyes, and if you blast some sort of frequency, he will then attack it and follow it. So
I like that.
He is legitimately the first time they weaponized a creature. A
creature that was already weaponized to begin with.
So the Indoraptor was cool, but he was just made for tourist attraction. He was just made for people can come, and see him.
The Indoraptor?
No, the first one.
You said Indoraptor. Indominus Rex.
Indominus Rex was made in the first one.
For the tourists
just
to
for
be
the
scared.
tourists.
Yeah.
And then...
So they were like bigger, scarier, white.
Yeah.
Obviously.
But in this one's strictly made just to kill.
Just to kill.
It's a weapon.
And he's got the hot rod streaks on his side.
Yeah, he's cool. And his eyes are like demonic red.
Yeah.
And he has like this... Like Cheshire cat smile.
He's got the creepiest teeth.
He's like crocodile
it. He was great.
So he's in the film and he comes out and they're down there and they're selling these animals off in auction.
Meanwhile, our four main characters are on the boat heading to the facility where the little girl is. So everything's coming together.
Who's a medic. There's
who really likes dinosaurs.
Some dark, I don't know what ethnicity.
He's a real goofball.
Some guy. He's a goof.
Yeah.
He's just a millennial that's scared of everything because we're all scared of everything and we're pansies and
two kinds of millennials, the girl and that guy.
Yeah, the girl's a feminist millennial with a tattoo on her arm,
and she's all about saving the dinosaurs and she kicks butt.
She hates the order.
She stops the white man.
Order.
She stops the white man.
She stops the white man, and because the main villain is white man.
The universe do need me. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
So there's this Asian
as you were
girl,
saying.
And then she's a millennial that's all against everything, the order.
Right.
There's this other millennial guy, and he's the opposite. He's just, he's a pansy. He doesn't like anything. He doesn't. Then again, this is a dangerous mission.
Right.
I understand that. But before then, he was just like really giving away his noobishness by spraying bug spray on him when you're going to an island with flying raptors.
Such a noob.
But then again, that is a smart idea. But he shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Around all the stuff guys. But anyway, he's in there, and then there's, of course, the other two.
There are two main characters.
Chris Pratt and
Bryce Dallas Howard. So then they all go to the mansion, and then chaos ensues. The Indoraptor is let loose in the mansion, and there's a fun, creepy-ass chase sequence constantly where this thing is murdering people. All of that is fun. And then the movie ends where, like, all the dinosaurs are in the bottom facility, and because shenanigans take place, gas is released, and they're all about to die.
Yeah.
And then Bryce Dallas Howard is like, we gotta save the end. Oh, yeah, so, like, one thing that... Here it is. From the get-go of this film, they let us know that Bryce Dallas Howard from the last film has stopped being part of the park that doesn't exist anymore.
She's had a change of heart.
She's had a change of heart. She loves dinosaurs, and now she's part of a group of... One Love. Of... dinosaur rights activists where they want to save the dinosaurs, which is why she tries to bring Chris Pratt into it because she thinks that they're going to save the dinosaurs when they actually don't.
It's all under the carpet.
Yeah.
Because we forgot to mention they say the higher ups basically say, we're not saving the dinosaurs.
True.
This is an act of God.
Everyone's like they should die, which I'm with them on that.
Jeff
They're
Goldblum
like
gives a good speech.
Jeff Goldblum is like, we resurrected the apex predator.
Sexy.
We should let him just die. All the dinosaurs. There's that sequence you're probably going to hear in a lot of other reviews where everyone's like, "Oh, the park blew up and sad. I'm so sad." It's like,
dinosaurs. We're sitting with a cool friend of ours.
It's fine.
And he laughed at that scene.
Laughed his ass off.
Yeah.
I was like, "Come on, man, show some respect.
Respect.
Put some respect on their mother flipping plate." I don't cuss. Anyway, but so the end sequence. There's this end sequence that the dinosaurs are about to get gassed. They're about to get gassed.
I don't know how. There's poisonous gas.
So they have this choice, and of course, at first, Bryce Dallas Howard is like, "Well, we got to save them."
The choice is that
there's a button. If they press the button,
the facility's closed off, and there's a big door, and they're separated by stained glass.
So they can see the
glass window.
They can see the dinosaurs dying.
Glass, and they see these dinosaurs pushing out for dear life to try to get out.
Yeah.
And the gas is killing them slowly.
Right.
And there's a button, big red button.
And if they do that, opens the doors, they're released into the open. Because there's a city nearby.
There's a down. Down the hill.
You know there's a city nearby because as they're traveling into the mansion, Bryce Dallas and her friend are like, "Hey, let's go to that city."
There's a road. There's a turnoff.
You know there's humans close by. So she's like, "We got to save these dinosaurs." But then she realizes that's dumb.
Nice scene.
They're gonna.
The pan stops before the button.
Yeah, she's about to do it, and she's like, "That's dumb. We're gonna kill a bunch of people to save dinosaurs." And so she doesn't, and then she looks at them and they're all dying, and then the doors open. She turns around, and the little girl who they're traveling with, because the little girl found out that the main bad guy was the bad guy, because she saw his underground facility. Anyway, she presses the button, and then the thing is open. Dinosaurs are let loose, and they're like, "Why'd you do that?" And she's like, "Oh, I forgot to mention this."
And this is a good time to bring it up.
She says, "They deserve to live because I deserve to live." Because earlier, as she's running through the mansion with them, they come across the main baddie before, of course, he dies from getting trampled by dinosaurs. And he's like, "You don't know what this little girl is?" And so I was just like, "What's going on?" And then he's like, the real one died, and they cloned her. You are holding, or you're running around with a clone of this little girl that was genetically created. Genuinely terrifying. When they said that's such a big bomb to drop, that when it was dropped, I was like, "Oh no!"
Yeah, everybody was thinking it in the group. Chris Pratt was like, "Do you have a soul? What are you?"
I was thinking that too. I was like,
He doesn't know the ramifications of what that means. Yeah. It's you're just as caught off guard as they are.
Yeah. So like that happens. So then at the end, she tells them the dinosaurs
are clones too.
They're clones too. They should live because I should live.
Yeah, she has emotions. Basically, is what she's saying is
right.
I have a soul. They have souls.
So then
they could live. They should live.
Yeah. So then they're let loose, and the film just kind of ends where it's like Jeff Goldblum is giving his speeches. They're driving off into the sunset, and you see dinosaurs all over the earth, and he's like, "Welcome to Jurassic World." That's the way the film ends, and the way they play it is, and you're going to hear this a lot too. People didn't like this because the whole theme of the film is that the dinosaurs are the good guys, and we shouldn't let them die, and they deserve a chance to live. Yeah. That is the whole theme of this film. And at first, that theme is prevalent, and I was okay with it because I thought it was going to be like the second film where his wife is, Jeff Goldblum's wife in the second film is all like, the dinosaurs need to live because they're beautiful and they're majestic. And he's like, you haven't seen, I like how he's just kind of like, you haven't seen the T-Rex. When you see the T-Rex, your whole opinion on dinosaurs shifts completely. And so that becomes a thing in the second film is they're all like, screw these dinosaurs, they're going to kill humans, and they try to leave the island. And so, like, even in the first film, it ends where they leave the island, but you see the pterodactyls, right?
Yeah, and they're just like...
And so, like, there's majestic music playing because it's a moment of relief from all this trauma and stress, and you're just like...
and those pterodactyls will probably even get shot. Eventually.
They're going to be,
wiped out.
They're going to be in those top 15 videos where someone saw a pterodactyl.
Yeah, and it's narrated by Chills. The black and white.
Exactly. It's going to be narrated by Chills, and he's going to be like, number 15, pterodactyls found in the Arctic. Anyway. So, but the thing with this one is that theme, which is okay in the beginning of your dinosaur-killing movie, stays prevalent throughout the film, and that is that the dinosaurs are the good guys. The bad guys are the genetically modified dinosaurs. But then you think about it, you're like, they're all genetically modified.
Yeah. Well, one's
whatever. So then it ends whenever she has this choice to press the button and kill these dinosaurs. She doesn't, and you as the audience, I mean, we were all like, yeah, don't. And then the little girl presses it, and when she does, the music swells to a happy conclusion. But like it's cheerful, triumphant music. It raises, it swells nicely.
Music.
Yeah, it is not
like tragedy.
Yeah, it swells, and they leave, and then there's a scene where the bad guys are outside doing their bad guy thing. They're gonna escape, and then like the dinosaurs charging through the door charge to him, and they stomp him and kill him.
Yeah,
the main bad guy dies along with his entourage of bad guys. He was I feel he was a
also, speaking of bad guys that died, the Indoraptor is killed in my opinion, I don't like the way he died.
It was cool.
He thinks it's cool. I didn't like it because I just thought that it was such a cheat. It's such a weird way to kill off a great character because
he wanted him to live.
He shows early on high intelligence,
higher than the not even. You say early on, but literally like in the last 30 minutes. In the last 30 minutes of the film, he shows up late
to the film, but like. In his scenes, there's a scene where he's in a cage, and he lets himself get tranquilized, and he knows it's low dose, and he pretends that he's asleep. Yeah. It's weird because I don't know where he learned it from, because he doesn't know what tranquilizers. But I guess he's that smart. I don't know. Yeah. But he cracks a smile. He smiles on camera, which is pretty cool. I liked it.
It was creepy, and I liked it.
I liked it.
I was like, he's too smart.
It's kind of cheesy.
This man goes into his cage. He lets him out. He goes into his cage. He's gonna pull out his teeth. Yeah. Because there's a guy who has a teeth fetish. Yeah. He needs to take dinosaurs' teeth. He was a bad guy who gets it. That dinosaur kills him really bad. And I was surprised because I think this movie's PG-13. Yeah, and he straight up rips off his arm and there's blood. And so I was like, how did you get away with that? Because we all saw it.
Yeah. And then he eats him.
He totally eats his face off.
Which is a good. But like that dinosaur, he's so cool. And he has all this.
He was fun.
He has all this momentum building. That he's like this. He's faster than the Indominus Rex. He's smaller. More agile. He's smarter. Yeah. And he just like
way more aggressive too, like just needlessly aggressive. Yeah. But he was fun.
And he dies.
And all of his sequences are fun. Yeah, he dies.
He falls through a glass roof onto a pretty cool death. Tyrannosaurus horns.
It wasn't a dumb death. You gotta admit
it's not a dumb death.
He just wishes he didn't die.
I just wish that because, I mean, they're gonna bring something just like him again. So why don't you just build up a character you already have? Yeah. And then it'll be like, hey, it's that guy. And Chris Pratt will be like, hey, it's that raptor we all know and love. Or right. It's that. Because we already have blue. We need, like, anti-blue. We need Indo. And then they can call him anti-blue or something.
Yeah, the toys. I can see it on the toys. The blue and dark blue.
Right, yeah, dark blue. There you go. Dark blue. Even though he's not.
He's yellow.
No, he's like yellow.
They should have made him dark blue.
Yeah, and then he would have been, like, blue.
That would have been cool.
But.
So.
Then he dies, and then our main villain is ripped apart.
By dinosaurs, really brutally, and it's okay because he's the villain.
You could tell. Yeah, they're like screw this guy. Yeah. He needs it. This guy's a douche.
He needs it because he's selling dinosaurs, making a profit, son. Yeah. And I'm not necessarily for that. Yeah. But what we're saying is he was an interesting character. I feel.
Cool. See, that's the thing. They just kill him off the bad guys.
Well, that's
need to kill him.
One thing that makes
this
film.
Doctor, but he's.
Yeah, with the fourth one before this, it was your typical formula of, hey, dinosaurs are scary. Like, humans get so arrogant, we're just like, we finally got the park running, and it's been running for 10 years. I think we got this. Yeah. And then they decide to create a new monster, and it destroys everything. Yeah. And that's fun, because it's like, these are monsters. Yeah. This one shifts completely, and I can understand the backlash from people, because it's like, the focus is now on... Like, even Bryce Dallas Howard, you'd think that her going through the traumatic experience of the fourth film, why would she just be like, well, they were beautiful guys, right? Like, I feel like one thing that you see from all the other films is that once you come in contact with dinosaurs, you don't want to come in contact with them again. Yeah. Nobody does.
I will say...
Jeff Goldblum, all the cast from the original were just like, screw that, man. Like, these are terrifying. Like... Yeah, get him out. Yeah. Get him out of here. Yeah. So this one definitely has a prevalent theme of they dial back how vicious all these animals could be. Now they're just helpless animals, and the real villain is the genetically modified one. So then at the end, they just make it to where these animals conveniently only kill the bad guys and leave our four main characters alive. So then they're not ravenous monsters. It's now like save the animals, when that was never really what Jurassic Park has been about. It's just been about the terror and horror of being murdered by dinosaurs. Yeah. Right?
Well, yeah.
So I feel like, and this is just me, I'll let you talk about what you would do differently, because I feel like now is the time for some constructive ideas, right? I would keep pretty much the entire movie the way it was, because I liked all of its elements. The only thing that I would change, and I would just change this small bit, because I feel like if you did that, then like you could just have the same film, but it would just continue with the same Jurassic Park theme of dinosaurs are scary. And that's at the last scene when all the dinosaurs are about to get gassed. You would just have the music, of course, like it's real sad because they're about to die, and then Bryce Dallas Howard is about to press the button, and then she stops because she's like, you know, I shouldn't do that. I'm going to murder humans, a bunch of them, for these dinosaurs that are killing machines. And then when she turns around, you know, you see the shot of the doors that are closed, and then they open, brr, and then all the dinosaurs go through. The only difference is you would change the music in that shot from going to that sad music to like really scary, like, you know, dun dun dun, and the doors open, the dinosaurs go through the darkness, and then you'd have to refilm a reactionary shot with Bryce Dallas Howard where she's like, oh my god, and she turns around, looks at the little girl, and is like, what have you done? And then the little girl says her line, you keep that line exactly the same, and then you'd show a cutaway shot to Chris Pratt, and he's also terrified, and he looks at Bryce Dallas Howard like, what have we done? Like, what, this little girl, oh my god. And then it just continues with that. So as the dinosaurs go through and they kill the bad guy, the music continues to be dark.
Yeah.
And as they drive away, it's like a really haunting melody. And then when you cut again to what's-his-face, again, same footage. It's just
the
that
music,
the music,
like 2 or 3 shots.
Two or three shots are different, and the music changes because when Jeff Goldblum gives his speech, it makes way more sense. He has this whole speech at the end about how they're monsters and we let them loose, and now reality is different, and the Earth is going to be predominantly, you know, ruled by these beasts, and he says, welcome to Jurassic World. So when you do that, like, boom, scary. But what we have now is not scary, and so it creates like a different, it goes from being like, yay, dinosaurs, and then at the end he gives his speech, and they're just like incongruent, and so you're just left like, that's the only, if you did that, I feel like you could keep the rest of the film and it'd be fine.
Yeah.
It'd be a great film, because they set up so many fun things. And
yeah, there's a lot to it.
If they make more,
yeah,
it's gotta be fun.
The thing is, like with these, that's what I'm saying is that they, at the end of the film, when they release these creatures, this is the whole point that I had. The problem is that when with the mercenary guys, when they were selling the animals, the biggest drawback was that they're gonna hurt people and kill people. But at the end of the film, the heroes release the dinosaurs
into society,
to a town where they will immediately kill people. There's a raptor, a hungry T-Rex,
a T-Rex,
a Chronotor.
Oh my god!
The horns.
Terrifying monster.
I think there's an Allosaurus, which is like a small T-Rex, and then there's these huge tanks that are gonna just roam through and just destroy
your house,
any car.
Oh yeah.
Anybody, any dog.
That's a lot of Obamacare. It's gonna be done immediately after that.
Oh yeah. This is a pro-Obama fan.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's my.
We got dinosaur bailout bonds in case you get hit by a brontosaurus.
If we were to like coexist with these creatures, they would just completely
destroy everything.
It would be hard to not kill them off.
There is no coexisting.
You're just at Dunkin' Donuts and like some Triceratops runs through the city. And you're not gonna have
the
day.
Bronchiosaurus just headbutts you to death.
Yeah, there's that. Yeah,
or whatever he is.
Yeah, whatever he is.
With the ball on his head.
The stone head, and he just comes up and starts hitting everybody in the line at Dunkin' Donuts. You gotta kill him.
It doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't. We can't coexist anymore.
Yeah.
And that's what I thought the film was about. That, you know, humans, we're on the human side, and the dinosaurs are gonna kill us. We gotta, you know.
Yeah.
We gotta contain them. And that's why it was okay that they're gonna put them on an island. That's why they're on an island, because we don't want them around us. It's cool. At the end of the film, it establishes that that's not what the film's about. The film is actually super pro-dinosaur, if that's a political statement. Pro-dinosaur right here.
Pro-dinosaur. And you'll hear everyone talk about how that's a leftist thing about, I don't know, there's conspiracy theories. I don't care.
It's just weird.
It's weird because it's not Jurassic Park.
What I really like about the movie is that there's a scene whenever our main villain, the guy in the suit, nice guy, my man, he's there and he's arguing with them. And they have the little girl, you know, the clone. And that's when he reveals to them that they're a clone. Right. He yells at them, "You can't put it back in the box."
That is a good line.
Yeah, and
that's
whenever these two people, these random, you know, Chris Pratt and Bryce realize that they're spearheading. They did it. They spearheaded
the destruction of man.
The destruction of the human race.
Adam and Eve eating the proverbial apple.
Yeah, this is a genetic war now. It's not.
It's
nuclear.
a night. Yeah, it's terrifying.
And that's when they figured it out.
When they realized that little girl is an experiment. Yeah, I was terrified.
Yeah, that's when they figured out that this is no longer
fun and games.
This is no longer Chris Pratt charming her, and they're
This ain't your daddy's dinosaurs.
Yeah. But when he said you can't put it back in the box,
right?
He was right, and it was scary. So at the end, they should have been scary that they opened the box.
Yeah,
and it was a clone who did it.
Yeah, the clone did it, so it should be even more terrifying.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. Like I said, I liked it because now it has opened the door so far with what can be done with future films. Okay.
So there's something else, and they already said that they can clone humans.
That's terrifying because I'm like, well, even from a story standpoint, now you can have so many fun stories. Like you can go crazy places with the Jurassic Park universe. That is exciting.
This is what I'm telling you, Becky. I wanted the Indominus Rex, the Indoraptor to survive, and then gain so much intelligence throughout the sequels that it's like a Caesar-esque character arc. Yeah. Where at the very end of the series, he just, like he said, he has like bullet guns and an AR, and he's just talking, he turns around and then he speaks words.
Oh, that'd be terrifying.
And it's scary.
That'd be so
fun. Then what Alan saw in the airplane, where the raptor says, "Alan, it's not cheesy anymore. It's prophetic.
A foreshadowing.
He's a prophet." And then
because they had the whole mansion thing, I want another spin-off. I want another spin-off that's going to be like Wolfenstein, where you got a group of people, or it's going to be like Resident Evil, where they go into a mansion. They go into that mansion because it's like all abandoned now, and at the basement, the cool, crazy basement, there's all these crazy dinosaur hybrids left over, and so they have to fight those guys. That'd be a fun film. That's a straight-up horror film in and of itself. You could do another one where it's like somebody is experimenting with human hybrids that look like dinosaurs, so you got that going on. Like you can have so much fun now.
I heard that the original Jurassic World film was going to be human dinosaur hybrids, but they decided not to do that because it was too far of a jump from the original.
But now you can do it. It wasn't bad.
It's not bad.
It is not the worst film of whatever like hyperbolic cynics would say.
I think people might like it.
I do too. Well, I enjoyed it.
I think
it's a fun romp.
It's not as good as the first one.
I'm excited because it's opening new doors.
Yeah, you might like it
for other stories.
It wasn't
I enjoyed this.
I enjoyed this.
We gotta do it again.
Yeah, we do.
We're gonna do some more.
Next video is going to be about
Ralph the Movie Maker exclusively. No, I'm just kidding.
YouTube.
Ralph. Let's do a video on Ed Boy, Ralph.
Yes.